Hey everybody, Google reviews. They're the new word of mouth, especially for jewelers. And so many of us have made so great efforts trying to get Google reviews, and then we usually end up with maybe four, five, six, maybe a dozen or so. Well, Podium is an awesome company that is going to enable you to get hundreds of reviews and do it in a wonderful way. Now, you can't do reviews, or people can't do reviews when they're in your store, and that's a whole a Google issue, and they do that on purpose because they don't want you generating a bunch of reviews. So let's talk to Podium. This is Nick, and he is here to tell us all about the awesome product that is Podium that does integrate with the Edge, by the way. So, hey, welcome, Nick. Tell us about what's going on.
Thank you. Hey, appreciate it. We're really happy to be here. And I think you really hit the nail on the head. So many of the jewelers that we talk to every single day, they understand the importance of reviews and they want to generate more. But it's just difficult to get that average customer, that average satisfied customer, to go on and take the time to leave that feedback. And what ends up happening for a lot of the retailers we work with is it's either the people who are extremely happy or had a negative experience one way or the other, and they become very polarized. And what our job really at Podium is to do is help you capture that 95% of that silent majority, those happy customers that you have, get them to talk about you online. And really it is the new word of mouth. I think you put it really well that way.
Well, let's talk about how easy it is, because I know several jewelers who have done things like send out postcards or handwritten notes asking for reviews.
Yep.
This really allows them to be able to do it as soon as they leave the store. Is that correct?
Absolutely, and simple is the word, right? And that's what we're all about at Podium, is simplifying that process of leaving a review. You know, most people use reviews. It's very common practice for anyone looking for a business like yours to use reviews as part of that purchase decision. But there's still not a lot of people who are used to leaving those reviews, and there's 5 or 6 steps there that it's kind of a cumbersome task actually to, first of all, for a jewelry store to be able to ask for those reviews, and even more cumbersome for the customer to find where you're at online, to know where to leave the feedback, to log into their account. And all of those extra steps make it so it's difficult to get that feedback. So what Podium does is simplifies it on both sides. First of all, simplifies it for the jewelry store, for you and for your employees to be very easily ask for that invitation and get that invitation out to your customers. We can do that manually. Like you said, we have an awesome integration with the Edge and work very closely with them to kind of live inside the software and the systems you're already used to living in, and make that very simple to, first of all, ask for it. But even more importantly, we make it really easy for the customer to just 2 or 3 clicks right from their smartphone leave you an authentic, real Google review right from their login. And it takes them less than 30 seconds and very, very close to that transaction. A lot of times they receive the invitation before they even walk out, where they can do it right as soon as they sit in their car or very close to it.
Yep. Neat. That is fantastic. And what's interesting is we started talking about a year ago, and for some reason, you guys were in development and making things better and faster and smoother and easier for the customers to implement. And at the time, you were working on that integration with the Edge.
Right.
And so now that you have that makes that obviously phenomenal. But let's talk really just briefly. Let's back up a few steps. And I probably should have opened with this, but why are Google reviews important, especially for today's shopper?
Yeah, that's a great question, and that's what it's really all about, is why even care, right? Why care about your online reputation? Why care about generating reviews onto Google specifically? And it really comes down to 3 things for Podium and what we have really built here, and you could break it down into one, just helping your business get found. So when it comes to Google reviews, that is part of their search algorithm to determine how relevant you are as a business to show people who are looking for businesses like yours. So if I am looking for jewelry stores near me or an engagement ring in my city, so I'm actively looking for a business like yours, one of the things that Google uses to determine, to show you to that Google searcher, is how many reviews you have, the quantity, the recency, the frequency, and the quality of those reviews. So it's going to help your business get found in the first place. People can't walk into your store if they don't know where you are. And those near me searches, those mobile searches, are a huge part of what people are doing now when it comes to just finding the type of businesses they want to give their business to. So that's number one, just getting found in the first place. Really the second part is getting chosen. So once they do find you, what makes you stand out above the guy, around the block? And for a lot of consumers, it's those reviews that help determine, I'm going to give them my business, or I'm going to walk into there first, because look at all the people who have had a great experience there. And like you said, to kind of kick things off, it's really the new word of mouth. Harvard Business School and Google did a study where they determined that online reviews carry as much weight, if not more, than even personal referrals do. So again, those two concepts: getting found first of all, putting your business on the map, making it so you're there when your customers are looking for a business like yours. Once they do find you, make you the obvious choice, right? Why do I walk in and give you my money versus the guy around the corner? And lastly, the beautiful thing about Podium is you can use all that open feedback, which is typically kind of hard to get. So you can use all of this open feedback that you're generating from your consumers to really get invaluable insights to your business and find out, my 5-star customers talk about this a lot, and I know I'm doing really well here as a business, but I've actually been able to find my 3-star customers, my 2-star customers, they talk about this a lot. And, I know there's some improvements I can make from a business level all the way down to an individual employee level. So I think
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. You're able to stay so relevant to either existing customers or potential customers.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful.
Absolutely. It's kind of that. It's a great perpetual cycle where you get found, you get chosen, but then you're creating loyal customers, and that just kind of compounds on itself, right? To continue to stay relevant in 2017 and 2018 and 2020 and beyond is really the goal.
It's almost like having an ongoing focus group.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Awesome. Hey, well, now I got to go back again. I talked about it integrating with the Edge. Mm-hmm. Are you able to easily have an interface if people don't have the Edge?
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. We've really designed Podium to be very flexible on how and who and when you send out these invitations. Now, that automation through the Edge makes things simpler, right? So you can kind of live within that POS system that you're already using. But through Podium's dashboard, you can very easily type in the name, phone number of the customer, send out that invitation in real time. We also have a mobile app that you can use with on a tablet or cell phone device. And we have a really flexible, what's called an API. So our system talks very easily to a lot of the systems you may be using. If you're not on the Edge and maybe you're on a different POS or CRM, most of the time we're very easily able to tie into that one as well. It won't be as out of the box as the Edge is right now, but like I said, I mean, we believe in automation, and one of the goals of Podium is just making it easy for the jewelry store. It's got to be easy for them as well, not just the customer, right? So.
Yep. What does the pricing start at on a monthly basis?
Our list price for the average jewelry store, or just someone with a single location, is going to be $299 per month. There's some economies of scale with multiple locations, and we've been very fortunate to have great partners in this industry with AGS, IJO, RJO, CBG, PGI, and most of the major buying groups. So look, we try to find you as many discounts as we can, and because of the great partnerships that we have inside of retail and specifically this jewelry space, there's a lot of great discounts and savings that are available to most of the jewelers we work with.
Yeah, excellent. And listen, the reason we're talking today is because I'm always checking kind of the radar from jewelers and friends, customers of mine, and contacts, and just been hearing some really neat stories of jewelers who incentivize people getting reviews. They can attach a name, a staff name to somebody getting a review from customer lists and things like that, or receipts. They incentivize it with financial type of things. And so the neat thing I love about this is that it is a direct reflection to the bottom line. This isn't some theoretical thing that's out there that just works on branding and image marketing. This is dollars in the till. So do you have any neat success stories that you might want to share with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's finish with this. On an average scale, and you're absolutely right. I've been on both sides of purchasing software and selling software. And ROI with any of your advertising and marketing dollars is the hardest thing to determine. Is like how is this impacting my store? And we love to hear the feedback. There's a ton of studies that talk about reviews and how they can impact your business from our customers. And we work with over 2,000 retailers, many of those which are in jewelry. The average jeweler reports back to us 11 new walk-in customers every single month who reported reviews, having the top reviews in the area as the number one reason they walked into their store. So we can get 11 new people, 11 new customers walking into your door every single month because of those reviews. And some of the other things that you touched on that I think are great, and some of my favorite feedback to get from jewelers is we can tie this all the way back to the individual employee. And it's not uncommon for me to get phone calls or emails from employees of these stores saying, hey, look, I've been pushing out for these reviews, and people are mentioning me by name, and now people are walking into my store saying, hey, I want to work with Nick. Sounds like he's the guy to see for an engagement ring. And so it really does directly impact your bottom line. And quite frankly, dollar for dollar, there's just very little you can do in marketing and advertising today that will have the same impact on your ROI as online reviews. We've had great success stories individually with companies like Bailey's Fine Jewelry, Kessler's, Jack Lewis Diamonds, everyone from the very west coast to the very east coast. And it's been great just to see the return on their investment and the success that they've had, obviously with generating reviews and using Podium, but more importantly with the success it's had on again, building that bottom line and really driving traffic into their doors, which is the ultimate goal.
Neat. Well, thank you so much for spending the time with us. And hey, I have your information
Perfect.
down on the bottom of the screen here. So I tell you what, folks, if you are wondering how to grow your market share, if you're wondering how to advertise in a big metropolitan area where it's too pricey to do, traditional advertising, billboards, etc., I tell you what, never mind. Everybody, you really got to give this a try. You got to give these people a call, because, like I said, like Nick said, there's no better advertising that can bring dollars to the bottom line than good Google reviews. It's that important. So
thank you.
Thanks,
it's
guys.
awesome. Thank you so much, and look forward to hearing from you.
All right, click on right now and give these guys a call. It's worth your while. All right, I'm done.